everyone, and welcome to Bottom Line with Ronnie and Byron. We are back from our hiatus. We were gone for the summer, but we're back taping episode 34. We have a lot of news to get to you today, and we're going to start with our sponsor for the local and state news, which was Brightway Insurance. Brightway Insurance is located in Marianna at 2867 Caledonia Street, and you can reach them at 850-633-3460. Our first story is going to be Chipola College celebrating its 75th anniversary. Byron, Chipola College has been around a long time.
Wow.
They're actually the third oldest college in Florida and also the third smallest college in Florida. So congratulations to Chipola College, Dr. Sarah Clemens. I think they're going to celebrate the entire semester. Speaking of school, we're going to switch to Graceville School. Good news for Graceville School. I think last year when we did our last episode, we did mention that, there were some problems there, problems with enrollment. Enrollment was down, but, the current school year, they're looking up, Byron. They have 450 students, that is K through 12. And it seems like students are continuing to enroll in the Graceville School. So good job. They have a new principal, which is Carlin Martin. And then the assistant principal is Kayla Wilson. So
you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah, I hope they continue to turn things around and Graceville get back to the Graceville School that we all remember. And I want to continue with this school thing. And we're all back in school now. Colleges start next week. But high school and elementary school and middle school have already started here in Jackson County and the surrounding counties. But I found an interesting story, Byron. In Gulf County, the schools have a warning sign, and that warning sign is posted at the entranceway and the exit of each school in Gulf County, and it says, "Warning: staff members are armed and trained. Any attempt to harm children will be met with deadly force."
Hey,
I think that's sending a strong message, don't you think?
Yeah, they keep on making their pitch. They might get me as a school teacher. Keep right on. They want veterans.
They're sending a strong message to possible school shooters. Like, if you're coming here, our staff is trained and they're armed and they will meet you with deadly force. So I think maybe Jackson County schools and surrounding schools can follow that pattern and have a post signs at their entranceway as well.
It's just like that way of dog sign, just letting you know, and it creates the culture. This ain't the place to come do this,
Yeah, don't do this. Don't try us. Yeah.
Don't even try.
All right, moving on to our next story. We do want to let you know that the TDC, which is the Tourist Development Council here in Jackson County, has a new face. They hired a new executive director. Her name is Kelsey Williams, and she is from Iowa, Byron. They were without a person in that position for about 8 months. So now they have a new face, and it is surprising because she's not local. She's been in Jackson County for 2 years, I hear, and but she is the new TDC executive director. Byron, I know you applied for that position as well.
Yeah. I don't like to lose in either way. So, but I hope everything goes how the choice was made. It was very competitive, to say the least. I hope the best for everybody. So I'm not gonna be sore about it. But yeah, I did put in. I was real pumped up about it. I had a lot of ideas, a lot of plans how it goes, but that, just like my mama said, was 4 years for you, and you just keep pushing.
Keep it moving. So
you definitely gonna see me no matter what goes on. So you'll definitely see me in some way, shape, or fashion. Yeah.
Well, hopefully this young lady can bring in what's needed here as far as the tourism and the
marketing
and all that kind of stuff. So maybe
maybe
hope that she can do that. And I want to move on, keeping it moving. Regarding our elections, we have elections coming up August 23rd, which is Tuesday. Make sure everybody knows that is an important day. You want to make sure you get out and vote. Today, Saturday, is the last day for early voting. So you want to make sure you get to the supervisor of election office if you want to early vote, by the end of today. But the races that we have currently, our local race is going to be for County Commissioner District 2. We have 3 people there. We have Crutchfield, well, actually 2 now because 1 dropped off. So it's going to be Crutchfield, Edward Crutchfield, and Peter Sonny Fortunato. Those are candidates for District 2 County Commissioner. Then you also have District 4 race, which is Eric Hill. He is running for District 4 as an incumbent. And then you also have Donnie Branch, the challenger. So that is County Commissioner District 4. You also have School Board Member District 1 race, which we have 3 candidates in that race. You have Samantha Anger Brandt, Cephas Granberry, and George Welch. Those are the candidates for School Board Member District 1. And then School Board Member District 4 is unopposed, Christopher Johnson. But there is a race for School Board Member District 5, has 2 candidates, which is David Galloway and Michael Jackson. So make sure you get out and vote. We'll also have some state races, Byron, which is the the House race, and then you have the agriculture, you have the governor race. So make sure you check your ballots. You can check your ballots on the supervisor election office to make sure you kind of understand what you're voting for.
And early voting is still going on. So those y'all.
It ends on Saturday today, August 23rd. That's the day. I mean August 20th. So make sure you get out and vote. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna just give you a little information about this crazy thing that's going on with the drugs. Fentanyl, is that how you pronounce it?
Yes.
Yeah, make sure you know that that is a serious situation that's happening. Unfortunately, in Levi County, which is actually, that is around Chiefland. Is that right, Byron?
Ooh, you got me. I was about to say that the country translation beat fentanyl.
Yeah, well,
fentanyl.
But anyway, there were unfortunately some responders that passed out. They were responding to a drug overdose, and the person had overdosed with this fentanyl. And is a lesson that we all need to understand that fentanyl is a deadly synthetic sedative, and it's 50 to 100 times more stronger than morphine or heroin. And basically, a person does not have to inject it, smoke it, or inhale it. The drug can to be infected. You can also, it's airborne. So anybody you can touch the person's skin, and the person can overdose. So unfortunately, those 4 first responders did have to go to the hospital. And so just want to make sure everybody understand that it is airborne, and you touch somebody's skin, you can be exposed. So.
Yeah, you got to be careful because just not picking up random stuff that's laying down. Just be very cautious, very, very aware.
All right. Again, that is your local and state news. Want to make sure everybody understand that our local and state news is brought to you by Brightway Insurance. Brightway Insurance, again, is located at 2867 Caledonia Street in Mariana. Their phone number is 850-633-3460. If you have any insurance needs, make sure you give them a call. What do you have for national news, Byron?
Okay, so for national news, before I get off into it, I want to talk about People's Funeral Home because they care. Long and Granbury Funeral Services Incorporated. If you want more information, please call them at 850-482-2233 or simply stop by for more information. It's People's Funeral Home. First story I'm going to get into is Ukraine. So the Ukraine and Russia war looks like talks that the nuclear plant they have in Ukraine is going to be targeted. So both sides are going to look to try to take or control. They're saying that this attempt is going to be even worse than Hiroshima. So just on the look at that, it's kind of a scary terror threat. But hopefully that won't happen. But like I said, they're saying it's going to be bigger than Fukushima or Chernobyl disasters. Something to keep an eye on. The next one, polio. Polio is coming back, y'all. Less than 60% of kids are vaccinated against polio in some cases in New York City. So I think it's 82.6% is the age group. That age group is growing up and up, according to the Department of Health. So vaccinations, I know it's been, kind of a tide shift with people trusting vaccinations. So now you see something that I thought polio was out of the game, and now it looks like it's coming back. Yeah. So it's
Not
be aware of
good.
that.
Not good.
No, no. My next one, after summer flight delays, because we know there's been a lot of shortage in air traffic control and pilots. A lot of these cancellations, I think we had that conversation in an episode before where, I think I made the point, why book flights if you're not going to be able to accommodate so many. The
Right.
Fed is not issuing an ultimatum, and they're basically saying that, these airlines have got to step up their customer service game, or it's going to be consequences, according to transportation department. So it's going to be a little crackdown. Airlines are going to need to come up with their own improvements for the customer service plans, and there will be a rule change. And this is coming from Pete Buttigieg. If people remember Pete Buttigieg, he was a presidential candidate and was recently appointed as a transportation secretary. So that is the next steps to get them on board, because it's a lot. People make plans, they come out, then their flights don't just get delayed, but they get all out canceled, and they either get stuck somewhere or, it throws everything off. So until things get fixed, DOT is the Department of Transportation saying, hey, you got to fix it, or you're going to deal with the consequences, not the consumer. So, but that is it for national news, and I'm pass it back to you for sports.
All right. Well, on sports, I want to just kind of loosely talk about, just mention the Brittany Griner case. Brittany Griner has been sentenced to serve 9 years in one of Russia's penal colonies where abuse is common, Byron. Abuse is a disease, runs rapid, and labor is forced. So that's the latest update that we have, that Brittany Griner will be sentenced to 9 years and serve one of the harshest, jail cells that they have over there. So I'm hoping that, they figure out a way to make a swap. That's the other thing that they're talking about. They're actually wanting to swap her and I think one other prisoner in Russia for one of Russia's prisoners over here. So we'll keep you posted on that. Other thing I want to mention is everybody knows Grant Hill. He was a basketball player. Well, his mother died earlier this week. And so her name was Janet Hill, married to Kelvin Hill. Kelvin used to be a running back for Dallas Cowboys for many years, but those are his parents. And unfortunately, his mother did pass of a disease called glioblastoma, which is a form of cancer. And so my hearts and prayers go out to the Hill family. I also want to mention there. I don't know if you saw this, Byron. There was a story about a name, Coach Hickman. Did you see that floating around on Facebook? Basically, there was an altercation between a
Yeah.
parent and a referee, and the parent took out a gun and was shooting, and ended up shooting the coach. And so the theme of the whole, Facebook, post was, is not that serious. So we got to take that in consideration when we're as parents, myself included, get really, uptight when, if there's a bad call, or if something's going wrong and not, favorable to our team, we get really upset. But you got to remember, it's not that serious. So just want to make sure everybody
Yeah.
that.
What that he's probably gonna go in the Hall of Fame. The cornerback Aqib Talib, he's at the center of that. They basically are saying that, he kind of, and he's known for that, getting all fired up and stuff like that. And that his brother is the actual shooter.
Oh,
So that's
really?
one of the,
Okay.
yeah. And so that's one of those things where, 9-year-old games, and I think it all was about a bad call, a series of bad calls, but that's what you're gonna get at a 9-year-old game. I mean,
Were they aiming for the coach or for the referee, and the coach just got the bullet?
no, I think what it was first, it started with the referees, and then it became a back and forth, I think, between Talib and the coach, and then I guess the brother got into it, and then the brother was the actual shooter, the alleged shooter, as you were.
Okay.
And
So they were aiming for the coach.
yeah, but that's legally it's like they're going after Talib himself as well for kind of inciting the whole situation, like inflaming the whole situation. So, but I think his lawyers have came out and said when all of the statements and everything comes out, it'll be a different story. But for right now, because he was supposed to be starting with Thursday Night Football, being one of the analysts for Thursday Night Football through the NFL Network. Yeah, so you know, but that's just, you know, he's been like that in the league. Remember, he pulled the chain off of I forget the receiver's name, but he did that. You know, that's kind of his thing. So
yeah, I hate that because, like you said, it was a 9-year-old game,
yeah,
right?
you're not gonna get.
So the theme again, it's not that serious, right?
Oh, it's not. It's not. And people, you know, I get it, but you know, they take it way too far.
Yeah. All right, Byron, that's all I have for sports. What do you have for entertainment?
So for entertainment, I know this guy. I'm gonna pull up the image real quick. It went viral. He was a TikToker who was, you know, drinking cranberry juice, and it kind of went viral. It was playing the song played by Fleetwood Mac, I believe it was, and his actual name is Nathan. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Apodica. He's now has landed him a gig on a show on Hulu. The internet's famed show called Reservation Dogs, which is kind of a play on Reservoir Dogs. This show is supposed to, like I say, it's going to air on YouTube, Hulu. It's a comedy drama, and it's kind of centered around indigenous teenagers in rural Oklahoma. So he's got him a shot. It's a lot of people, a lot of famous people have did kind of like their own version of his video going viral on TikTok. So it's pretty cool to see him turn his 15 minutes of fame, bam, right into some real money. So that's a cool one. Also, famed chef Bobby Flay. Bobby Flay is now going to be getting him a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So kudos to Bobby Flay. If a lot of people don't know Bobby Flay, he made his biggest debut on the Food Network on a series in which, you know, chefs attempt to best him and to go around to different cities and stuff like that. And then it just went on to be hosting and judging on various other shows that have spinned off. He kind of really revitalized the whole Food Network and brought more attention to the network. So it's good to see that Bobby Flay is going to get some shine over the years. Next is R. Kelly. So R. Kelly's federal trial, they're bringing it back. Jury selection went down and involves the dismissal of jurors who said that they would have trouble being impartial. So he's got 34 jurors that's made it in the past round. And basically the sex tape everybody know about, the then teenager did not testify back then in that case. But now she's of age, in her 30s, I believe, and she's back. And so now she's willing to testify. So this case is coming back around. And right now, like I said, the jury selection is going to be is going down. It's kind of going to be that voir dire process is going through, and we're starting to see something to come back. So in addition to what he's already convicted of, may turn around and get some more convictions at the end of this case. So out of 63 people questioned, the judge over nearly 6 hours had 29 that were dismissed. So that's that.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's like now, the house of cards is tumbling down for him, and we'll see a shift. Like I say, it's a hard one for generations like myself, whereas his music was just, everything. But it don't take long for that paradigm to kind of, time will fade it away. My last story, LeBron James and Dwayne Wade are working to kind of cross into your sports section, so forgive me, but LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, they're working on a documentary about the legendary Redeem Team. So remember, for that long span, you had the Dream Team that was like unstoppable in the Olympics. And then once the arrival of LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, all of that generation, they came the Redeem Team. So they're looking to work on this documentary. This was that 2004, 2008, when they won the gold. And so it's going to be cool to see that come out. documentary expected to release globally on October 7th, Netflix.
Netflix.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So that's it for me and entertainment.
All right. Well, we'll move on to our relationship key topic. And today is going to be, to get more, you have to do more. So Byron, that is a true statement, and it can apply to every area of our lives. You have to do more in order to get more. So, and I heard this in the last month or so. I was listening to somebody that speak at an event, and basically they were comparing how our kids sometimes are basically just lazy. Like, they want the end game, but they don't want to put in the work to get there. And so, we're talking about how Steph Curry puts in like 2 hours of practice time before the game. And so nobody sees that, they just sees, when he's on the court, him, banking the shots, but they don't see the work that he's put in. So, that's a true statement, Byron. Just, I want to encourage everybody, whatever it is, whether it's school, whether it's athletics, whether it's business, in order to get more, you have to do more.
Yeah. I agree. Another variation of that is you got to grind and shine.
Exactly.
If you want to reap the benefits of something, it's the work that you put into it. And you're right. I think it's we kind of, as parents, we kind of create our own monsters because we want what we didn't have. So we try to provide, and don't kind of realize that we kind of spoil kids, and they don't see the work that it has to take into getting the good things. We kind of did that for them, and then we kind of lost in understanding that, hey, why you won't, get up and do anything? Well, I've got it right. What else, and I think we have to kind of fall back, sometimes to realize, hey, those that have less tend to, you got to have something to build up to. It's got to be, because if we give them everything up front, then we find ourselves like, okay, well, now I can't get them out the daggum house.
Right, out the bed, huh?
Yeah, because they've gotten everything, and I think that's one of those things that grind and shine. And for those of us millennials that are 30s, 40s, that's the same concept. I know I dealt with it a lot in the military with soldiers. It was just different. A lot of expecting to be having the level of success and authority and doing things the way we got it, but you've got to put in the work in order to get where I am. It's not gonna happen day one or day two or you being here for a year. You got to put in the work, and I totally believe that. I try to instill it in my kids.
Right. And even as adults, we have to make sure we apply that in our lives too, because the key is preparation. So, people see, the end result, they see the end game, but they don't know how much preparation went on, behind the scenes, what you're doing.
That's just like your story. All of us, you see people, social media's got a good way of kind of taking away that journey. People see, somebody's success, and then they think, well, I'm going to do that too. And it's like, hey, that road ain't like that, kid. I'm able to rejoice, but it's still not over. But I can show you the plus side. But man, it's a hard road, and it's got to be something that you really, really want. You can't go in it. You can't go in it playing games. Because
and preparation, and that's the key. Commitment and preparation. You have those two. Yeah.
And it'll show you. You'll learn if you really want something or not once you get at it. Yeah. Definitely when it comes to community work, it's woo. It's a lot of, like I said,
adults, kids, everybody can apply this. Just remember, to get more, you have to do more.
You got to do more.
Yeah. You gotta do more. All right, Byron, we're going to wrap this show up today. We are, did something different. We're going to, try to hold everybody's attention. And so we're going to just kind of hit it and quit it. That's what we're going to do. Hit it and quit it from now on. And you're going to be able to join us and watch the show. Every weekend we're back, and we're happy to be back. We want to thank everybody for watching, our shows, and just make sure when you see us on the street, let us know that you're watching us, and let us know that you are being informed by our shows.
Yeah, and if anything we can put on and we can, you know, talk about, let us know, because this show is for you. You know, it's for you know, everybody, our local residents and businesses and everything. We're trying to keep your information out there, so it's hard to keep up with.
That is the goal, to keep you informed. So just remember that, okay? All right, we're gonna get out of here, and remember this: when you know the truth, you can speak the truth, and the light shines brighter when it shines for two. We will see you next week.